Good morning, everybody. This is Donovan here, and I wanted to go over, share some ideas with you on the entrepreneur versus a solopreneur. So this is a webinar that I put out for you guys, and I hope everyone enjoys it and learns something. So I'm Donovan Ryder with Martial Arts Business Made Easy, and let's jump in, guys. I don't want to take too much of your time. So just to give you a background of me, who am I? So just to give you a heads up, I've started 3 businesses in the past 4 years that currently gross just about $800,000. 2 of them primarily, one is still getting off the ground, but it does make some money. I just signed a lease to open my 4th business. So I'm getting ready to start my 3rd gym here in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, and I'm pretty pumped about that. So they've all been a little bit different too. So not only have I been able to replicate my systems, but they're all slightly different. So CrossFit gym, Taekwondo school, now kickboxing facility. So I'm pretty excited. And I was also a member of the U.S. Army World Class Athlete Program for 8 years. So I was in the Army for almost 9 years, but I was in the World Class Athlete Program training for the Olympics and traveling for right at 8 years. So I've been involved with martial arts since I was 7 years old, and I'm 31 years old now. I also love puppies and long walks on the beach. So if you know me, that's pretty true. But just kidding. I just wanted to kind of lighten up the mood there a little bit. So let's get into this information here, guys. What are you going to get out of this webinar? You'll get a better understanding of the differences between a solopreneur and an entrepreneur. All right. Why one is the key to your business having massive success. You're going to learn why most businesses fail within 5 years. We hear about this all the time, right? 3 to 5 years, most businesses fail. But today we're going to learn exactly why, and I'm going to break it down for you. Also, you're going to get my advice on where to go once you get started and once you know all the facts. What do you need to do now? So let's jump right in. So solopreneur and entrepreneur, you kind of see the solopreneur in the top right corner there. He's doing everything. He's a multitasker. He's a CEO. He's a chief everything officer, right? Chief everything officer has to do everything. Marketing, classes, I mean, you name it. Run to Staples, they got to do it. And then the bottom down here, we have teams, right? You kind of see these other pictures. We have teams of things, teams of people that are going to help the business grow. So entrepreneur versus a solopreneur. There are, believe it or not, there's pros and cons to each. So we're going to jump in. Solopreneur, they work alone. They're a one-man team. They get everything done on their own time. They do have the ability to go fast, and they are very fluid. People that are solopreneurs, think about someone that's like a real estate agent. They have the ability they can kind of hustle and grind it out when they want to, which is pretty, that's convenient. There's a sense of freedom involved with that. When it comes to martial arts school, think about someone that might have 50 students or 70 students. They don't have a ton of headache because they don't have a ton of students, and they get to pocket a lot of the money in the beginning. You also, this person, it may start out as a side hustle, but it becomes a full-time job. So this is someone that, you might start a martial arts school on the side, you start some real estate on the side, and then you start to realize like, hey, there's some money in this, and I want to go full-time. But then again, they are tied to the grind, or as some say, they're a slave to the game. So meaning that their income is tied to their labor. So if it's like a side gig, you don't just get that money; it's a side gig. You have to work for it. You have to invest your time to to get that money. However, they will make money very quickly. Generally speaking, if they're the right kind of solopreneur, they can hustle very quickly and they can turn their time into money very quickly. So let's talk about entrepreneurs here. So they start similar to the solopreneur, right? They start out very similar. The only thing that's really different between the solopreneur and the entrepreneur is that their mindset is different, all right? So one's thinking long game, one's thinking short game. One is willing to sacrifice the now for the later, and one's sacrificing the later for the now. Kind of depends on what your end game is. Generally, entrepreneurs reinvest their earnings into their business and the system. So they're constantly reinvesting. The business makes $100,000. They do not make $100,000. They invest a lot of money back into the system. They make a very minimal paycheck, and they play the long game. All right, so we're going to go year by year comparison. So we hear that most businesses fail in the first 5 years. Actually, most fail in the first 3 years, but definitely by the most, most will fail by 5 years. And even the ones that don't fail, in my opinion, they kind of have failed. But so I'm going to tell you why. So I'll explain a little further here. So, solopreneur year 1. They make money very quickly. So they're making money. Money loves speed. Money loves people that are grinders, that hustle. Money loves people that take action. And as a one-person team, they're able to move very quickly and they gain momentum. They add money to their lifestyle. And like I said, generally it's a side gig. So they're able to, hustle, learn the game, and learn how to make money very quickly. So good for them. Entrepreneur, they make money quickly as well. So they, like I said, they start out very similar. However, the entrepreneur is learning how and studying how others in their industry are creating success and trying to replicate those patterns. So remember, guys, when someone says someone is lucky, when someone's lucky, it means that they cannot replicate that success. So if you're lucky, right, if you win the lottery, you can't win the lottery over and over and over. I mean, you possibly could, but odds are you're not going to. So there's a chance of luck involved with that. However, generally, with an entrepreneur, you don't want to be lucky. You don't want to get it right that one big time, because you want to be able to create systems that you can repeat. You want to be able to create, you want to replicate your success. So when we create a marketing pattern or a marketing plan at my facilities, we have a general idea of what we expect to get out of this, how many students we want to sign, how many people we want to interact with. We have it down to a number, exactly what we want to get out of it. And that's how entrepreneurs think. We're successful in creating patterns. Entrepreneur year one, they're going to reinvest most of their money. When you say reinvest your money into a business, what does that mean? Do you just put it in a savings account? I mean, sure, you'll put some money into a savings account. However, you need to invest into a mentor, new equipment, better equipment, and creating systems in your business. You need to invest in things that are going to give you a return on that investment. All right, so let's break down year two in business. Solopreneurs, they've now learned how they've made money in the first year, and they can double down. So if it was a side gig and they were doing 15 to 20 hours a week, hey, to make twice as much money, they need to work 30 to 40 hours a week. They can just double their time and they can double their income. Year two, they're going to make a little bit more money and they're going to have more success. They can now afford nicer clothes, dinners, things like that. So basically kind of the guy that has a little bit extra spending money, right? Because maybe this is a full-time gig now, so we got to pay the bills, but money's pretty good. Money's pretty good. Working 40 hours a week, nicer clothes, dinners, etc. Entrepreneur. Through mentorship and hustle, this person's learned how to create systems and patterns, right? They can create success patterns. They're able to plan for success and know where to focus their strengths. They don't waste time on silly things. They know exactly where to focus what they are strong at. They take minimal salary, but they start to look for that first person to bring onto the team. So this is the portion where you can start to, you have a little bit of money coming in and you have the ability to bring someone on. This person that you bring on should not be an exact replica of you. If they're an exact replica of you, then you're not you're not attacking your weaknesses. So find someone that is very good at things that you do not like to do or you are not great at. And this person will help you grow your program. All right, so that's an entrepreneur. Again, growing the team and reinvesting. Year three, okay, so this is when the solopreneur has really made it. All right, they've made it. They're working on all cylinders. Again, they worked 15 hours a week, they made this much money. Now they work 40 hours a week, they can over double that money. And now, hey, let's work 60 hours a week. I'm grinding, I'm hustling, I'm loving that paycheck. Life is good. I got a new car, I got a new house, and I got this new lifestyle. Life's great. Life's awesome. Even though that is awesome, it does have an expiration date, and I'll get back to that in just a second. So year three in the business for the entrepreneur, what does that look like? He has really developed systems for the business that the team can follow. Right? They at least have one full-time person that is on staff that can allow them to work on bringing on more people onto the team. All right, they'll definitely take a reasonable salary at this point. When you talk about taking a salary, guys, you need to take what it would cost to replace yourself. So what do I mean by that? So in my facility, I do take a salary for my manager position in my facility. I pay myself $30,000 a year as a salary for my companies. And the cool thing about that is because if I wanted to replicate myself, so if I wanted to completely step out of the business, which one of them I am doing here pretty soon, is I need to bring someone on for $30,000 a year. So the cool thing about it is it's not as I'm not deciding how much should I pay this person. The person already know exactly how much they should be paid for their services. A manager of a facility should make X amount of dollars. If a person is an instructor on your floor, they should make X amount of dollars. So it's kind of up to you. Every area is a little bit different. However, having salaries or having paychecks or hourly, basically you don't want to shoot from the hip. You want to have everything, again, planned out, creating systems. So as an entrepreneur, when you don't just take whatever's left at the end of the day. So that's how I usually started out with my business. But then I learned that that's it's just silly. So pay yourself a reasonable salary, and also in the long term, it'll help you in taxes. Which if you're watching the election at all, you're gonna want to save all the money you can. So make sure you're paying yourself a reasonable salary. But then again, this person, the entrepreneur, is spending most of their time training the full timer and creating systems. They're training the full timer not only to be able to do the job, but to also be able to train other people that come on. All right, guys, so let's go to year 4. Year 4 in business, solopreneur. Unfortunately, they've hit their peak. So year 3 was probably their peak. You can only work 60 hours a week. You can't work more hours. You can work 70 hours a week maybe, but again, how long can you do that for? Your money is tied to your labor. So at the end of the day, when you want to make more money, you have to work more hours. That's the catch when it comes to people that make minimum wage, or if they make a set hourly rate. You have to work more hours to make more money, and that's why I personally, for myself, don't like that mindset. But however, we do need people like that. So, their money is tied to their labor. So if they want to take a break, if they want to take a vacation, their check's going to suffer. They're not going to make as much money because it's a one-man team. There are martial arts schools out there that I know that when they go to nationals, they shut their school down. That's fine, but to me, that is not a vacation. I know a lot of families, a lot of martial arts school owners I've spoken with are like, if nationals in Florida, we do nationals for 4 days, and then we stay down there for like an extra 3 days with the family, and, we take a week off. That's not a vacation. That's not a vacation. You should be able to take multiple vacations from your facility multiple times a year without anything skipping a beat. Okay, guys, bell testing happens at my school. I'm not always there. I don't need to be there. Tournaments, my team goes to tournaments without me. They don't need me there for everything because we've created systems that people can follow. The solopreneur is going to start to become negative in this time frame because they're constantly grinding, right? People work 50, 60, 70 hours a week. You get cranky, you get pissed off. So unfortunately, they're only going to make the same amount of money they did last year because they can't work more hours. All right, entrepreneur. This is the first year that he has made more money than the solopreneur. All right, by now, hopefully we have multiple employees, at least one full-timer, a couple part-timers. And the cool thing about this is the more people you bring on your team, the bigger range of influence you have in your community. You can tackle multiple events. With the Halloween holidays, we've had multiple events going on at different places around the city with my school. I've sent one team here and one team here. So we can attack 2 different places. Guess what? All while still having the school open. So we can have 3 different teams out there influencing our community and growing our program. All right, the systems are solid, and we take our first vacation in years, right? Usually year 4, you can take your first vacation, 3 to 4 years, unless you've been grinding out and have teams set up. Year 5 in business. This is when most businesses fail, right? Why? Because things get too hard for the solopreneur, guys. It's sacrificing hours to work. What do? You double down on your efforts again to try to make more money. You start to realize other things in your life are out of whack, so the balance is not there. You need time to invest in with your family and your kids and your health if you want to be around. So the problem here is you can only work so many hours for so long. All right, these people get tired. Solopreneurs get tired, and you have to sacrifice the car, the house, the lifestyle that you're accustomed to, and you get pissed off about it, right? Your wife's pissed off because she's used to having the money, and why can't we make more money? You're working all the time, you're never here, but our life isn't getting better. A lot of things start to wear down, and it's just not fun. A lot of businesses at this point cut back to 40 hours a week just so they don't want to give up. They don't want to work for anyone else, so they work 40 hours a week. I know multiple people in my shopping center. I know multiple school owners around our state that work 40 hours a week in their martial arts school, maybe a little less, but they make just enough money that they don't have to work for somebody else. But they will never be wildly successful just because they don't have what it takes. They don't put in the effort. All right, but again, most businesses fail at that 5-year mark because honestly, it's easier to work for someone else and have freedom than to have to constantly worry about grinding. All right, if you work for someone else, your paycheck's coming, you're going to get, 9 to 5, you're going to get your weekends off, your holidays off. If you're an entrepreneur, you're not doing that. You are grinding on the weekends. You don't get weekends off. You don't get, you don't get off at 5 and just check the clock and you're out of here. You're constantly grinding. So it is tough for the solopreneur. At this point, it's all on you. And, a lot of people depend on you, your wife, your family, maybe some of your friends even depend on you. And when you can't work more hours and make more money, things start to go south real quick. So unfortunately, they probably take a pay cut this year. Year 5 in business for the entrepreneur. This is when all of the hard work really starts to pay off. Through hard work, mentorship, and systems, they're able to relax. Their team is trained, they're capable of doing the work without them. The entrepreneur is going to have time and money to take vacations and enjoy the family. All right, the cool thing is here, he has options. If he wants more family time, he can do that. If he wants to just relax and have everyone work and he collects a paycheck and has family time, he has that option. However, if he wants to replicate his business, he can do that too because there is no luck involved. All right, he has been able to replicate systems. So for me, for example, I have friends that are like, dude, how do you have 3 gyms? What's going on? How are you able to do that? It's actually very simple. All I do is create systems of how we do things. Enrollment process, how we do that. How do we answer phone calls? How do we deal with walk-ins? What are our membership rates? When are we going to raise our membership rates? We have a system for everything. Remember, guys, the solopreneur is rich. They have nice things. But if you want to be wealthy, you want to be a wealthy entrepreneur, you need to have options. The options to start more businesses or just create more time with your family. Right? You want to have options. It's not lucky. I'm not lucky at all. I get my ass up early. I work hard. I work late. I work hard. And the results will come. All right, guys, so I'm going to give you some advice here. You can take it, you can leave it, you can do whatever you want with it, but I would definitely take heed of this and try to apply as much as you can. All right, so step 1, you're going to start to build your team. All right, but before you just bring on a team member, what things to consider? You got to build systems. You cannot bring someone on and just wonder why it didn't work out. So some entrepreneurs I work with, some school owners, bring someone on and they're like, yeah, they just didn't work out. Did they not work out or did you not work out? We typically love to put the blame on the other person. Well, they weren't hustling, they weren't grinding. There's a lot of things that go into finding someone that hustles and grinds, okay? You have to have systems built out. If they just show up and you're like, all right, here's how we teach class. Or can you clean the bathrooms? And then they don't clean it how you want and you get pissed off. Well, you didn't show them how to do it. You didn't show them how to do these things. All right, guys, good employees crave knowing what to do and knowing how to do it. Good employees want to make you happy. They want to succeed. They want to grow, but they need guidelines, right? Why do we have our school system, right? You have math class, you have English class, you have writing class, history, all these different things. And once you pass these tests, you move on to the next grade. And then once you're done with 12 grades, you graduate from high school and you can move to college. People love systems. People love being able to follow a plan for success. People love it. They just crave it. All right. They need to see and understand the big picture for your business and how it involves them. That's a big thing. A lot of times we're like, man, we need 500 students in here. You got to help us get 500 students. Okay. How is 500 students at your martial arts school going to help them? Have you ever sat down with your staff and asked them what they want? Have you ever asked them, what their goals are? Maybe their goals are not to be a martial arts instructor. Their goals might be, I'm just doing this while I go to school, or I'm just doing this until, something better comes along. You want to have these conversations with your team and get them involved in the big picture. Ask them how is X martial arts going to help them get what they want? And, if you can help enough people get what they want, you're going to have everything you've ever wanted in your life. So guys, talk to your team, sit down, ask them what they want, find out what makes them tick and what their goals are and help them achieve their goals. And hopefully your goals and their goals can align and you can rock it out together. That's when everything works out perfect, when your goals align. And please, lastly, remember they are not you. All right, this is not their business. They're not supposed to grind it out like you do. They are not an entrepreneur. You are the owner and it's up to you. So when someone has to come in early, don't get pissed off for them because they didn't want to come in early. They shouldn't have to come in early. I understand you're paying them. I get it. But millennials are different. They don't grind it out. Back in the day, people did grind it out just for the hell of it. People don't do that anymore. All right, they grind it out for money. And even though you're paying them, you can wake up early. When that alarm goes off at 4 o'clock in the morning, you don't mind getting up early because you know that, you're growing your future and your success. Again, if it's not helping them get what they want in the long run, they're not going to want to get up early either. So make sure you tie everything together. All right, guys, so let's talk real quick about what systems you should build. We're almost done here, so just stay focused. We're almost done. What systems do I build? Everything. All right, you need an enrollment process, you need walk-ins, phone scripts, curriculum, how do you teach curriculum, cleaning checklists, daily activities, opening and closing duties, marketing tactics, when are you going to market, your yearly, quarterly, monthly, weekly goals. Everything needs to have a plan. All right, if you haven't checked out my martial arts manager's guide, you definitely need to get on that. We basically break down how I did all of that. So it covers, it basically gives you an outline so that you can, basically it has all of this in there. So you're going to need enrollment processes, walk-ins, phone scripts. Think about how you do everything and then put it on paper. And then from there, you can teach it to your staff and teach it to your team. And the cool thing is, guys, is this is not going to be set in stone. This is very fluid. So I've made changes. I mean, monthly, if not weekly changes we make on these just to make things a little bit better, but we're always improving. Think about this. Everything that gets done in your facility needs to be explained step by step on paper, or you can do a video so that is easily, so that you can easily train new staff members. Eventually, your staff members should be able to train new staff members. That's how easy this should be. You should not be training staff members in 5 years or 3 years. Your staff members should be training the new staff members. Everything that gets done in your facility from the moment you walk in for your day to the moment you leave and turn the light off, everything should be in a system. All right, guys, so last thing I have for you here is a one-time offer. You guys know I've been doing my coaching groups. I explained earlier, the price is going to go up. So I do a monthly coaching group, and the prices are going to go up in January. So if you want to get in on this and you want to start 2017, you want to rock it out and start building your team and growing your program and being able to open multiple facilities and get to the point where you have that freedom, now's your chance. So I'm accepting 5 new people in the coaching program. So again, I only accept 5 because I keep it small. The thing is, you get a lot of my attention. All right, things you're going to get in the coaching group. You get a 1-hour coaching call with me each month. And, you get 1 hour. We can talk about anything you want to talk about with your business. So questions, concerns, how do I do things? How do I share? If you want my systems, I'll show you my systems. I'll show you how I do everything. So you get 1-hour coaching call with me each month. You're also going to get the manager's guide I just mentioned. You're going to learn how to build the systems for your team. And once you get the guide, I can help you, walk through it, page by page, step by step, and make sure you're building it correctly. Also, you're going to get access to the secret Facebook group where you can share questions and network with myself and other successful school owners. So guys, this is $99 a month. You get access from me. You have a question, post it on Facebook, and I'll answer it that day, if not within the hour. All right. So the cool thing is not only me answering questions, you're going to get answers and ideas from other school owners as well that have maybe gone through exactly what you've gone through. All right. But the big thing I think you're going to get is that 1-hour coaching call. So we have multiple people that I've worked with that can, share their experiences with you. If you want, I can get you in touch with them. But we provide great service. We provide great coaching calls and information to grow your program. All right, if you're interested, guys, like I said, it's $99 a month. It's a 6-month commitment. So it's 6 months. And why is it 6 months? Because you're going to need time to grow your program. This is not a one-stop shop and one-time fix. Okay, guys, I can't guarantee you that you'll get rich overnight, but I can guarantee you that you're going to make more money. If you work with me for 6 months, you'll definitely make more money than you are making right now. Pretty easy. I can guarantee that. I cannot guarantee you to get rich quick, but I can guarantee you that you will make a lot more money than you are right now. Okay, it's not a quick process. It does take time. So I ask for 6 months of a commitment from you. You'll get 6 months of a commitment from me, and let's grow your program, and let's start 2017. Let's start it off. So you can't wait until January 1st to decide you want to make changes in your business. All right, it's the beginning of November. You have 2 months to start grinding out right now and set yourself up for success for next year. All right, guys. So if you have any questions, hit me up. And I would love to work with you. If you want to get signed up, our website is right down here, martialartsbusinessmadeeasy.com. You can just click on the services tab and you can get signed up right there online. So Martial Arts Business Coaching 101, $99 a month. Hit me up. We have 5 spots. All right, guys, these spots are going to go pretty quickly. And once those 5 spots go, no one else for the rest of the year will be coming into the program. All right, guys, you'll have to wait to 2017. The price is going to go up to $149. All right, so if you have any questions, hit me up. If not, go ahead and get signed up at martialartsbusinessmadeeasy.com, and I would love to work with you. All right, guys, have a great week. Crush it. I hope you enjoyed this, and take care.